Good afternoon, and welcome to Evermore Me, Day 14. Today, we will be discussing safflower oil.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. So we're going to talk about safflower oil today, which is one of the 3 oils that we use in Evermore. And some notable things about safflower oil: it is the highest source of polyunsaturated fats found in any type of vegetable oil, and it's about 79% almost. It's in the form of linoleic acid, which is an unsaturated omega-6 fatty acid, and it's an essential fatty acid that we don't produce ourselves, so it's important to supplement so that we can get the benefits from it. The basic essential nutrients in safflower oil would be the omega-6 fatty acids, the cis-linoleic acid, and vitamin E, about 34%. Hannah's going to demonstrate what the benefits of that is in just a moment as I take my lunch. Now, to incorporate additional safflower oil into our lunch, just a reminder, that mayonnaise that I made the other day, that was an egg yolk and then basically a little bit of lemon. Well, I didn't use lemon juice. I used apple cider vinegar and a little bit of Dijon mustard, which I might add a little bit of too, and then safflower oil.
Safflower oil-licious.
Yeah. So here, I don't know what you want.
I want some Dijon too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's actually several great things about, as usual, in our Evermore ingredients. About the safflower oil. And one of the things is, because of the high amounts of polyunsaturated fats, it helps strengthen cell membranes and also helps the body function properly, and that has to do with the fact that it helps create hormone-like compounds called prostaglandins in the body. Try not to inundate you with a lot of mumbo-jumbo, but it's hard because so much of this stuff is scientific mumbo-jumbo.
And valuable information.
So a really interesting thing about safflower oil is that it actually helps eliminate excess fat from the body. And I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about
fat.
About fat, but no, but we're just...
Yeah, we have brown fat and white fat. And brown fat is actually burned to create heat, and brown fat actually also kind of like cannibalizes the white fat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the linoleic acid in safflower oil sort of gets this action to happen.
Yeah, it's the cis-linoleic acid in the safflower oil. It gets converted to gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA, and it triggers the brown fat to burn the calories.
Yeah. No one's ever going to remember this, but
but just think about it. Your oil can actually help trigger the burning of fat in the body, and this particular form of oil is helpful for that.
Yes, and
I think that's probably
what it's not helpful for is cooking eggs in the pan.
Yeah, I was browning chicken for a soup last night, and same thing I noticed. I'm used to using butter or olive oil or coconut oil, and you get this really beautiful brown, and then it picks up from the pan.
Not so much with safflower. It's great for baking. If you're going to roast things in the oven, it seems to work well. But don't cook your eggs with safflower oil. You're going to be so regretting it when you have to clean your pans.
Yeah.
In terms of, can I get into some of the health benefits?
Sure.
Sorry, just a little drink there. In terms of the doggies, the omega-3s are thought to be helpful in combating inflammation, so they're good for arthritis. But the big thing is they're supposed to really aid in shiny coat and skin. And when we were researching safflower oil, we found out that actually it's recommended in people for your hair and skin as well. So we're going to do a little experiment today. Safflower oil is supposed to be a good natural hair conditioner, and it's also supposed to help plump up wrinkles. Now, I'm a woman of a certain age, where I'm starting to notice every little fine line on my face. So we're just gonna see here.
It only gets worse.
We're just gonna see here what happens. This is bottle of organic safflower oil. I probably shouldn't be messing with my hair and face at the table, but science.
All in the name of
science. In the name of science.
Yeah.
So
it's because of the vitamin E in the safflower oil.
Antioxidant.
Yeah, and it's actually also been touted for hair regrowth. And in addition to dry skin and wrinkles, it's also known for help in acne. It's kind of a...
Okay, so let's see what happens here. I think it's actually taming the flyaways.
Oh, that's interesting. We spend all this money on hair products.
And safflower oil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do we think? It's on my hair.
I think you gotta give it maybe a shake out because it looks a
little oily.
Surprise! Put oil in your hair and it looks oily.
Yeah, I think I put in a lot, actually.
Yeah. No, but you know what?
Soft.
You have such thick hair that...
I think it'll integrate. I think, yeah. So anyway, there's safflower oil in my hair. I think it actually did tame the flyaways quite a bit. And my skin is covered... What do you think? Do I look less wrinkly?
No, not yet. But you will as soon as it has time to penetrate. Oil on the skin is actually my preferred way of using a moisturizer.
It does feel very moisturizing. So, and my hands are now covered in oil.
That's what napkins are good for.
Yeah, really?
I'm glad we use napkins.
I'm glad we use napkins. The dogs don't use napkins.
No, they don't.
But we use napkins.
We use forks, too.
We do use forks, which is good because then my hairy, oily hands would not be so.
So what else? Safflower oil helps reduce the level of cholesterol in the blood, which helps reduce heart disease, or the risk of heart disease, that is. And in conjunction with omega-3 fatty acids, which for us in Evermore will be in our salmon oil, which we'll talk about, it also helps reduce blood pressure. And these are more human-related studies because obviously the studies are...
Oh, I think I said 3 instead of 6 back there when we were talking.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, we're talking about 6. Anyway.
There's a lot, immune strengthener. There's a study that happened, benefits of safflower oil in older diabetic women who were overweight when fed a safflower oil supplement. They had very positive results. They lost excess fat and their blood sugar levels declined. Specifically, the group taking the additional safflower oil supplement.
That is an interesting. I like the studies actually done on people. Mm-hmm. You know, and they're not that many of them. Actually, interesting fact. You know, I think a lot of people might be curious. A lot of the studies that we're talking about, nutrition-wise, are done in rats. But back in the 70s, when we were doing a lot of original nutritional studies, a lot of studies were done on dogs. So a lot of what we know about human nutrition is actually from dogs, which is why so much of the information that we're giving and relating to people is actually applicable to dogs as well, because a lot of this initial research was done on dogs. So I just thought that would be interesting to share.
No, I do. It's highly disturbing.
It is highly disturbing.
But the truth is, we do know certain things because of those studies.
Yeah, it is disturbing, but it's true. So, yeah. Now they do a lot on rats because of the cancer research. They do a lot on rats because it's really easy.
Right.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
I
about
don't
it.
like animal research, but...
So one other positive benefit of safflower oil I've yet to mention is that it is an effective method of helping PMS.
Which we know a lot about in this office.
In this office we do. It's supposed to help regularize your menstrual cycle and help get rid of irregular periods. So
safflower oil.
Yeah. Good stuff. And when we talk about cooking with it, I have been talking about my infused safflower oil. This is all I've got left. But I actually really enjoy working with safflower oil more than I realized mostly because of it's odorless. So it's a very healthful oil, but not having any odor, you can really infuse it. Like I tend to default to olive oil when I'm not using Evermore Me. I'm not sure that will be the same after this month. And this little jar has been a very, very effective thing in everything that I've been cooking so far this week, or this month. 2 weeks already.
Wow, yeah, we're almost halfway through. Mm-hmm. So, when they said we couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, bring it on another month. Maybe. Well.
I finished before you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, really starting to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm picking more and more when I'm feeding Connor these days. So.
Cool. Well, anyway, until tomorrow, bon appetit.
Cheers.
If anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to contact us, info@evermorepetfood.com.